Mr. Rajshekharan, you are an advocate, sir. What does Indira Jaising mean when she says इनके पास बहुत पैसा है?
Good evening, Pranesh. I totally endorse senior advocate Ms. Indira Jaising's views because she her point of view was very correct with regard to the today's stay from the Honorable Supreme Court, because the panel has Mr. Anand Ranganathan, the rich person, and the panel has Rajesh Shekharan, the poor person. This is a straight analogy I can tell you.
How have you decided, sir, rich and poor? Ranganathan is rich and Rajesh Shekharan is poor. Ye kaise? How have you arrived at this consensus? Do you have the bank statement of Dr. Ranganathan?
See, I have given you the answer. That is the analogy she means. People who have money, connections, and sitting at top are well settled, and they know what they want and they are there. People like me are underprivileged and we are working, and still people like us, the OBCs, the SC,
I'll tell you, sir. Let me help you. देखिए वो बोल रहे हैं take a bow. वो आपको नीचे बैठने नहीं बोल रहे हैं, वो बोल रहे हैं कि I salute your logic. Now, Dr. Ranganathan, you will be on mute क्योंकि आपके पास बहुत पैसा है. You will have to listen to the so-called poor people. ये आपकी punishment है. No, 1 minute, Mr. Rajshekharan, 1 minute. Now, 1 minute, sir. Now you will say, देखिए विवेक श्रीवास्तव वो भी इतने कम पैसा है उनके पास कि उनको हंसी आ रही है. वो भी बहुत गरीब है. अब आप बोलेंगे 1 minute, Mr. Rajshekharan, you will say that Dr. Ranganathan is in the upper window, I am in the lower panel. So he is rich, I am poor. Sir, why are we doing this, to the people who watch our debates? Why? You are an advocate. Do you not charge money from people?
Pranesh, please understand, not in the literal sense of paisa. See, Anand Ranganathan has all the power, connections, influence, and above that can be equated to paisa.
No, but how? No.
Nothing.
But sir, is there a clause? 1 minute, sir. Mr. Rajshekharan, is there a clause in the constitution that says people who have power, access, paisa, everything, who have 10 cars, that they should not be allowed a chance at justice? Is there a clause, sir? You tell me the page number and then maybe I can school myself. Please.
You wanted the definition for the people who have paisa. Paisa means not the literal sense of money of 10 cars, 10 bungalows.
Okay. Paisa means something else. Okay. Everything that the ecosystem says is a metaphor. Now, if I go to Mr. Rajan, last, he will say, मैं गरीब हूं इसीलिए आप मुझ पे आए नहीं. इसीलिए मैंने सबसे पहले किससे शुरू किया? The communist on the panel, विवेक श्रीवास्तव. उनके पास तो बहुत पैसा होना चाहिए. I started with him. Then I went to Nikhil Jain. If that is, any standard of judging people who have पैसा. Dr. Ranganathan, आपका नाम बार बार लिया जा रहा है. पहले तो क्लैरिफाई कीजिए कि आपके पास पैसा है कितना, कहां से आया, and why do you even need, courts for justice?
No, Mr. Rajshekharan is right in one respect when he says I am rich and he's poor. He probably means logic and rationale. No, but look, let's come to the topic and let's leave all these unintelligent and unintelligible comments aside. I welcome, Pranesh, the Supreme Court stay on the UGC equity regulations. I would like to thank the amazing people who petitioned the Supreme Court to get this verdict. Notable among them, Sanjay Dikshit, Rahul Diwan and Vishnu Jain, and of course, so many others who over the past week have kept the flame of free speech and dissent on this issue burning. Notable among them, Ajit Bharti and J-Sai Deepika and Anuradha. These are the people who are representing a billion of us. When those who are elected to represent a billion of us are hiding somewhere, fearful of fighting injustice. As I had explained to you a week ago, the UGC equity regulations are unjust and must be revised because number one, caste discrimination victim definition excludes general category. Number two, equity committee composition excludes mention of general category. And number three, there is no provision for punishing false complaints. So while I welcome the Supreme Court stay, I humbly disagree with the Supreme Court when it labels the offending clause as vague. I'm sorry, sir. There was nothing vague about the way in which the clause defined who are going to be the victims of caste discrimination. The general category were spitefully, speciously, perhaps deliberately kept out of this ambit. Pranesh, any law must ensure that it gives justice to everyone, not just to a few. Yes, there is discrimination, of course. Yes, there is injustice. But a law that counters them should not be discriminatory, should not be unjust. And when the education minister, under whose tutelage these laws were promulgated, assured us 2 days ago that this law will not be misused, he was right. Because a good law can be misused. You cannot misuse a bad law. You can only use it. And vested interests are going to use this bad law for their ulterior motives. Already, some spokespersons and activists were advocating slapping fake complaints on general category students to trap them. And as for Indra Jaisingh's deranged statements, remember the tens of thousands of fake cases filed using the SC/ST Act? Remember Pooja Rawat now rotting in jail for slapping 29 fake cases using SC/ST Act, and now the new UGC equity regulations would have perpetuated the same. Pranesh, 30 seconds. I am for such a law. I don't believe it is needless to bring it because the cases are so few. Laws must not be made on the basis of victim numbers, Pranesh. Even one case of injustice merits bringing in the law. But as Martin Luther King said, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice anywhere. It is necessary to correct injustice, but it cannot be corrected by
Right.
reapplying it. Punishing innocent people for the sins they did not themselves commit is not correcting injustice, Pranesh. It is continuing it in its most violent and retributive form. Just 10 seconds. UGC equity laws are an injustice happening on campuses, which will become a threat to justice happening in the country. I repeat, make this law caste and community agnostic so that any community member facing caste discrimination can use it. Any community member versed with caste discrimination can adjudicate it, and any community member misusing it can face punitive action.
Okay.
Just make these three changes and the bad law will transform into a good law. The question is, can the government gulp down its stupidity and ego and do it?